Right then, welcome back to Van Helsing, as you have seen the title of itself, as well as I have done some couple of things, and of course, usual things is like as in dying a couple of times, but yeah, not really opposed to if you're an expert at it. So, on my last recording, that I was on mission 1, and I did a bit of back travelling, back and forwards, to remind you, if you were on mission 1, that you could go and grab a couple of things. And that's why I did a couple of back and forwards places. And of course, one place was where you would have found some steps, as well as where you can find some more steps, and also find a place with some barrels and boxes, as well as some skeletons, as well as when you deal them and fight up against more skeletons. Also, I went back another place, which is where to remind you where the shotgun was. So I just went back and forwards places, and went first to go back towards where the shotgun was to remind you where it was. And after that, I went back to the same places where you'll find in mission 1 all sorts of things that involves one thing that would have a gate on mission 1 where you can't go through the gate, as well as I remind you that there was a life increaser in a building that was a building that just had a windmill, with a windmill spinning anti-clockwise. And of course, remind you that you need to use your shotgun to blow the bit off, so you can pull yourself up towards where the windmill is, and you can grab a life increaser. As I said before, you can grab it if you want, but you can always leave it, because you can always come back for it. As well as on the opposite side, there would have been another life increaser where you could go and grab it if you want to. As well as I reminded you on the start of mission 1, that's where you find yourself to start on mission 1 with a train, as well as with a train track, where you'd have to leave the train and find yourself to do some jumps on certain platforms, which was one that would had a chicken that is supposed to be like a weather vane with a W, S, E and N, but even though you wouldn't have seen that letters in there, but you could use the saws and whack the chicken and make it spin to give you some green God symbol, which is what you'll collect in the game. Also some red as well. Depends how generous the game is going to be. So you can jump on another platform and on to another one, which would have had a circle thing where you can just go around it and pull yourself on top of it, where you would have found a life increaser. As well as remind you that there would have been a carriage in that area that would have had a cheat, as well as with a God symbol, not a God symbol, another symbol that you could use the saws and smack it for you to find a special thing. As well as right behind a little carriage in mission 1 when you start, you can easily grab a white thing behind it, which is a cheat. Also, the thing that I was saying, that there was a symbol and you could destroy it, that would have also given you a cheat in the start of mission 1. And one of them would have been a cheat that would have said big head, and also another one would have been ghost body. I'll remind you that those 3 were there, as well as when you go past that location, you would have come across to another thing that would have allowed you to find a part of a bridge or something that has been broken off, as well as you could get yourself across the broken bit by going to a cog that had a little circle, as well as it would have had a yellow flashy colour. And remind you that you just had to press the triangle button, and Van Helsing will allow the thing to get the cogs to spin and make a little hook thing to turn around the other way for you to swing across to get across. But also, underneath where the cog turns, you may have saw on my first recording I did that there is another symbol thing that you could not ever flick and destroy unless you finish the game. Also, I'll remind you where that bit was. If you did not pick up the life increaser and the 2 cheats that you could grab hold of, and you finish mission 1, you will not be able to go and grab those. So make sure you grab those on your first turn when you play the game. If you always enjoyed me playing, you think, oh yeah, I want to play that. Yep, I'll do that. And you'll know exactly where the things are and what they are. But if you forget that they're there, then basically you might want to finish the game, and then you'll be able to go back and go get it. Especially if you missed a couple of pieces, because as I said, if you finish mission 1, you can't go back there. As well as when you get to that area, you'll be up against some skeletons as well. And your windmill would be there, and the gate on the left, as well as there would have been one wooden bit that would be by the windmill that could be destroyed unless you grab hold of the shotgun to blow it off, to get up on top of the roof of that building to get a life increaser, as well as on the opposite side, as I showed you. The 2 life increases were over either one of those sides, or on the opposite side of each one of those 2 where you are, to grab those 2 if you want, because you can always come back for them. That's why I've left them. As well as when I went back to finish mission 1, that I used a shotgun to blow off a door where you would have found me fight up against an enemy that had a cloak, as well as allow Van Helsing to be slung across the floor, as well as get punched. As well as when I was fighting, there was a red bar all the way at the bottom of the screen that you would have saw that had 4 question marks on there to say that Van Helsing hasn't got a clue who he is or who she is. But if you know who that is, that's fantastic. but if you don't, you'll find out sooner or later. As well as if you have played the game, then you know exactly who it is. But if you haven't, that's fine, because you've got my help as well as other bits and pieces what you can do in the game that might be a bit tricky for you to suss out. But still, once you have dealt with that enemy, you'll be seeing him or she will jump off and run away, and then you'll be able to start mission 2, which is what I did on my 3rd recording, I think it must have been. I can't remember from the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure it must have been my 2nd one. So, no, it was my it was my 2nd recording. Yeah, my 2nd recording. So I finished that person and started mission 2. And basically allow you to know what was in mission 2, which is where you would have found a bridge to start off with. But you had to bring it down by pulling a lever on the opposite side. You'll start on one side, and where you have to pull your grapple hook for yourself to be pulled across to the other side. Also, before I end up getting it down and flat, what I did do is fight up against some skeletons. And what I did, I showed you a yellow flashy colour of a circle thing in the middle, which was a saying that you would have found another one in mission 1 as well. But it also did say there were five of them, so you have to find 5. As well as I said before, that they need something, so you had to go and grab it from wherever it is and whatever it was. So once I showed you all of that, I went all the way across the bridge and fired up against more skeletons and some more, as well as when you got up by there and fire up all them, you were sort of gate, as well as when you get to somewhere around past the bridge, you would have found a life increaser on top of a roof with two barrels and 1 box, and each one of those 2 will be on the opposite side of each other, and that's where the life increaser would have been. But I didn't pick it up, as well as you could pick it up yourself. And also, if you didn't want to pick it up, you can always come back for it. As well as what I did do was that I went through a gate, which is what you would have to do in mission 2. And when you did, you had found a new enemy, which were a nice set of stone vampires that could spit needles at you, as well as fly towards you and smack into you to knock your health down, basically. As well as I did go through a circle hole, which is like a waterfall or water fountain, something like that, and found an egg down there. And what I did do is go back through the gate, and it went underneath the bridge, where you would know that you could put the egg into that yellow flashy thing to unlock a challenge, which was challenge 4. But also, what I did do was something quite nice for you to know about, with the 5 challenges that involves 5 of the eggs that you'll need to put into each one of those circle things that I did last time. And basically what I did do was switch a memory card over to another memory card that would have had all the 5 challenges complete, especially one that I couldn't do without someone's help. And basically I said that if you finish all of the 5 challenges, you can get a rifle gun, which is your fantastic weapon you can grab hold of if you ever complete all of the challenges. As well as I was explaining to you about, if you do go through the purple thing and have already collected 2 cheats from 2 challenges and you've still already got 3 of the other ones unlocked, and you got pissed off and say, fuck it, I'm not ever doing that again because I'm not going to be able to do it because I can't fucking do it. And you go through that purple thing and you say, hang on, right, give myself a couple of weeks break and go back to it, and you manage to complete 3 that you couldn't do and get the 3 cheats. And then, like I said, that you had to go back to the other 2 and do those again to grab the rifle gun. And I did show you what the rifle gun did, which was do a lot of fucking damage at your skeletons, or my skeletons, shall we say. And so I showed you that. And switched the memory cards back to the original one I was using to show you how to play the game and get all sorts of things. And speaking of which, when I got all the way back with the water fountain where you would have found me pick up the egg, there was a door with a symbol on it where I used a shotgun and ripped that off, which took me into another room, which was where I had to fight against some more stone vampires. And I killed those and showed you there was 2 things you can grab hold of, which was one that was a life increase on top of a chimney that you might want to grab hold of, especially for one thing, which I'll explain to you in a moment. But also, there was another one of those symbols on the left hand side with a roof of a building with the symbol that was on the corner of another bit of a roof somewhere on the left hand side when you go in that room, which would have something in it. And also I said about the saws and the ammo that you could use to smash it, and you can get the cheat from it, which was Ghost Fend. And so I grabbed those 2, and what I did do was that I went back out through the door back to where the gate was and where the egg was in that fountain place, and I showed you what the cheat did. And the cheat was Ghost Fend, and I showed you what that did, and also what it did do is do it on your enemies. And I showed you what the skeletons turn into when you've used the cheat to do whatever you think it might well do. And so I did that, and also before I went back in the door, I showed you where the life increaser was and the cheat was, as well as remind you that if you don't pick those 2 things up from that door that you came into and you finished mission 2, you would not be able to go and collect them unless you have already grabbed them, as well as if you did forget about them, which is why I'm saying if you did forget them and you finish mission 2, you won't be able to go and get them unless you finish the mission and every single mission and do the game again on another difficulty, which is the best way. But don't just say fuck, I'll start the game again from scratch and then go and get it. So don't do that. So don't worry about that. Okay. And then last of all, went through a door, which is where I was fighting up against some vampire bitches. And there was also another bitch, but it wasn't a villain. It was a nice lady called Anna, and I had to save her. But I did die a fair lot of times, a hell of a lot of times, because I just flicking died, as well as try and pick up one thing, which is what you're always going to need to pick up every time, because if you don't, you're not going to get something special. So make sure you keep picking the thing up, which I'll explain to you in a little while. So when you go through that room, you're up against 3 bitches, and they are vampire bitches, and one would be on the left hand side of the other 2, which would be the first one on the left, which will be Verona is the name. And when you've knocked her health all the way down, she'll fuck off. And then one on the right would have been Aleera. And when you knocked her health all the way down without you dying, she'll fuck off. And basically what those 2 would do would have protected the one in the middle. And the middle one would have had a circle around it to protect herself as well. So those 2 would have protected her. And basically what you had to do is get those 2, one on the left and one on the right, like I said. One on the right would have been Aleera. You had to get her to fuck off. And get the one on the left that was Verona, and get her to fuck off. And then the one in the middle, which was the one that you had to get to be dead, and that was Demon, Marishka, whatever that flicker name is. And she was dead on the cross, and Anna was the one that was saved. Had the nice jumper, as well as you would have seen a scene where she had a nice little chat with Van Helsing, and she said about something that would be involving her brother that was bitten by a werewolf 6 months ago, is what she said. As well as she said the brother was doing some research in the library, because Van Helsing said, where did he do this research? And she said, in the library. So that's where we are, in the bloody library. So that's where we're starting, as well as we would have been in mission 3, and that's where we're starting, mission 3, and in the library. So you're wondering, how the fuck do we get out of here? Because last time I did say when you push the triangle by the door, you can't get out, as well as you would have found some words that would have said, I can't leave yet. So we can't leave. As well as when I started to close the before I did end the video recording, that I had one person that was reading part of mission 3 that said the hunchback known as Igor, and you're wondering, who is Igor? Well, it's a person that we'll be up against later on. As well as the person that read it all out was that destroying, and you would have taken their first step winning their freedom. Here's what he said. That what he means by that is that with Anna and a couple of other people in the village, that they'll be having their freedom. So that's what we're going to have to do, is free everybody, including Anna. But if you've seen the film, you know exactly how the film goes, as well as if you played the game, you know exactly how to play it and what to do and what everything goes to it. Right, first, you've got some chairs, some bookshelves, and a ladder. Some books that's stacked up on top of this side right here. Next, also, when you hold L2, especially the settings that I have got on my controls, I've already explained to you how the controls, layouts and everything else already when I did my first recording, before I did do the very start of the game, as well as I'm going to explain to you a couple of other things. Now what I'm going to do is hold L2 first of all, where you would have found a red bar at the top there, and there's one square that is in red, but there's also loads of other black squares waiting. Now when you first start the game, you'll have a nice size on the right hand side with the light blue bar. As you can see, there's a nice size there, but also that size, when you start the game, the red bar will be exactly the same size, but as you can see, one square is already red. It's because the way to do that is to grab 2 life increases in any mission, which I have already done. So that's why one of those black squares are red. Now, like I said, when you start the game, the light blue bar will be a nice size, as well as the red bar should be the same size as the blue. And if you have the red bar, there would be 15 black squares in total for you to fill up in red. But also in Armory, where you can buy things, there'll be 5 life increases for each one of those black squares to be filled up in red. You just have to buy 5 of those, and you'll be able to get 5 black squares filled in red. But the rest of the other 10, you're going to have to find 2 life increases in any mission. So when you find the first one, all Fan Helsing will say you found one off. So you've got to find another one just to make sure you can get one of the black squares to be filled up in red. And also now, with the light blue bar that is on the right hand side where the shotgun and the pistol is, there are 5 black squares in total. And the only way you can get each one of those black squares filled up in blue, basically you've got to buy 5 ammo increases. That's what the light blue bar is. Here's your ammo that goes to your pistols that can do a load of fucking damage, as well as the pistols can do a good sound effect. And the way to use the ammo with the light blue bar, if you've got the settings like I have, push L1 just once, press the square, and then let go, push the square button again, push the L1 button again to stop the light blue bar running out. Because if you don't, the light blue bar will run out, even if you don't push the square or the circle for the saws and the pistols. So yeah, you want to be very, very careful. Even if you push L1 by accident with holding L2 instead, and you don't notice that Fan Helsing would have done that instead, then, and you're walking around and then you see it disappear just like this, and you think, why is that? When you hold L2, oh, the blue bar's fucking disappeared. Well, that's why. So yeah, make sure you keep your eyes on the light blue bar, as well as make sure you got your eyes peeled on Fan Helsing's body that would have had a purple colour. So first of all, you got some chairs you can smash to get some green God symbol that you can see right in the middle. And basically there is 6,483 there. Now when you got a certain price like that, you can buy things with that. But if you've got less than me, then that's fine. But the green God symbol is what you're looking at, as well as you can find some red ones that can top your health bar back up to the size that you had. So if you took some damage, find some barrels or some chairs to smash. Like that one that just gave me red for no bloody reason, but it is there. Like if you smash those chairs or anything, and you see your health down a bit and you think, oh, I need some red, then your health bar will go back up a bit. So there's that. Okay, also, when you press the start button, you'll find a word that'll be RESUME, which is basically continue. And next one down will be INVENTORY. And what you'll find is items, weapons, moves, and cheats. I've got one life, REPLENI up, which is where you can top your health bar back up. If you have took some damage and you want to use one of those, then do that. But also, if you do know you've got your health all the way up and you want to go for a different one, and you press the X on top of the one that you have the word that will be already on white, and you'll waste one, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled on that. Next of all, you've got ammo, REPLENI up, which will top your light blue bar up as well. As well as, once again, if you know your light blue bar's already up, just make sure the word is not in white and do not press X, because underneath of all that stuff will say X, use this item, as well as triangle to go back. Okay. Right, also there are 24 cheats in total, but I will get to that very, very soon, because you want to continue, don't you? Right, so first of all, what you want to do is go to this ladder and get the source of Spacket, which will nudge itself towards the books, as well as you would have heard a smash sound, as you heard there, which would have broken a vase. And when you do that, you'll find a life increaser right there, so you might want to pick that up, which will be my first half, because I've already got 2 sets on my last recording, or my last recording it just gave me 1 to allow me to have 2 parts of 1 of those black squares to be filled up in red. So once you've done all that, you're wondering, how the fuck do you get out of here? Well, also don't forget, Anna and Fanasma was having a chat, and she said you need to find a secret passage. And the secret passage is over here. So what you want to do is press triangle, and the bookshelf is rocking, and yeah, it's going to tumble over. I didn't do that. Pretend no one never saw it. We'll just get away. So this is how you can get out of that area. Let's go through this hole, which is a passage. As well as you'll find some steps for you to go across and down, and find some more barrels and boxes for you to smash with the swords by pressing the circle. So make sure you do that, as well as hope and pray you can get some green or some red. But usually when you start a mission, you'll have your health bar all the way up, but with the light blue bar it will not do that, unless you don't use it, of course. Also, you'll find a statue, just to make you know it's there. I'm going to press the triangle and get you to see it, so you can smash that. If Thanos doesn't, then that's fine, you can always leave it. But I'm going to try. Also, what you can do is stand quite in a certain corner and hope and pray you'll walk towards it and smash it when you're pushing the circle. Also, if you want to risk it, push X and circle together, and he might smash it, but it's not happening. Right, also there'll be another 2 statues on either side, but also when you stand it, eventually a red bar will turn up to say there's an enemy, as well as this sound that will tell you there is enemies. And what they'll be is skeletons. So yeah, you'll be all nice and safe. As well as if you took some damage, you'll find a red bit, if you're lucky, to have your health to go back up. Also, when you move ahead, over it, you'll send some more to come and get you, to knock your health down. So, get your pistols or your shotgun to shoot them to death, or you can use the or you can use the swords to do that. But also with the ammo, you can use it on the swords as well when you start the game. So the pistols and the swords will allow you to use the light blue bar. Also, when you move ahead, you'll find some more. So make sure you kick their ass. If you don't want them to kick your ass. And then once you've done all that, there are no more. Okay, so what you can do is do a jump by pushing L3 a bit towards the left. Make Thanos and just slide down. And when you do it correctly, a couple of times, you'll find some more green God symbol that you can grab hold of. As well as if you go to the right hand side, do the same thing, you'll find some more. Right, next is that you can always go back this way and find these statues if you want to smash them to get some more green, which is what I'm going to go and do. Also, if you have troubles with trying to get Valhausen to do the smashing when you're thinking you're in the right place, hold R1 and press circle and X together, and then you'll smash them like that. Okay. Also, if you have one or two that you know where they are and you're having troubles, or if you think I don't want to smash them, you can just leave them. But also, if you look very closely in the middle of the screen there's a yellow thing on top of that statue that is something for you to grab hold of, as well as that statue that's holding a plate or something, which is strange, but it's got something like a plate or something. So you're wondering what is up there, as well as can you fucking even get that? Well, you definitely can get it, unless you do something correctly or do it a special way, which I'm hoping for I can. Also, a statue there, and another one there, and another one just here. Now, so you're wondering how the fuck do you get up there? Or can you? Well, you definitely can. Right, there's two ways you can do this. One way is you can try and jump on top of that thing, which is doable, by pressing X 2 times, as well as push L3 down when you're on the opposite side. Oh, slid off. So yeah, as long as you let go of the buttons at the same time, you should stay on top of it without jumping straight over it. As you can see, that's the bit I was thinking of. Is it going to do that on me or something else? But if you have problems like that, what you can do is press triangle to pick it up. If you think I can get on there and the nerves kick in, it's like I can't fucking do it, then basically what you can do is just press the triangle and grab it that way. I'm going to have a couple more goes. I can do it. But I've done it 2 or 3 times so far, and I had a couple of problems with stuff that I had never done before. It just always made a disaster, so I had to keep flicking deleting it. So yeah, there you go. That's how you can do it. As well as, like I said, if you get up there, do not touch any other buttons, especially X, because you can slide off. And once your nerves are drift away and you say, yep, I'm on there, perfect. Don't touch any buttons apart from the triangle button with the settings you may have saw me use on my first recording I did before I finished part of a mission. So yeah, once you know what controls they are from what I've selected, as well as ones you say, yep, those are the controls I need, and push the same buttons as they are. So the button for me is triangle, and you'll find a speed boost up there, which allows the pistols as well as the saws and the shotgun, as well as Fallason to run fast. So yeah, you've got Fallason to run fast, the pistols, the saws, and the shotgun for you to keep going ballistic. As well as with the speed boost, you've got 20 seconds to do all that nice stuff. Also, when you do pick up an item like that, you'll find it when you press the start and go into inventory, and you'll find it in item settings, just with the weapons, moves and cheats. Okay, that's where they are. So yeah, whenever you pick up one, it'll be put in there. But as of course, with the life REPLENI job and the ammo REPLENI job, as well as the speed boost, if you got 3 of each one of those, you can't carry any more. So if you got less than me, you can pick up some more if you really need it, as well as if you have been using any of these 3, then that's fine. So like I said, the light blue bar will go back up when you use the ammo REPLENI job, and the red bar will go up if you use the life REPLENI job. Okay, so there's those explained to you for now. Right, also statue over on the right and another one on the left, as well as when you over it, you'll find the barrels and boxes for you to smash, as I've already done those, so you won't find them there. But also when you go to the opposite side, you'll find another box and another barrel to smash, as well as this lovely symbol once again, if you remember on my last recording. I showed you another one of these like this. Now, you're wondering, what's behind it? As well as, can you even fucking destroy it? Well, there might be a specific thing that you might want. As well as you're wondering, can you destroy it? Well, you certainly definitely can. So what you're going to need to do is get the shotgun and rip it off. Just like the one looking like this, but it was on a windmill. One for you to smash and get the life increaser from. So yeah. Is there a life increaser in there? Well, you're about to find out. No, there isn't. But there is a cheat in there. So there you go, there's a cheat. So grab that. As well as once again, as I said before, whenever I pick up a cheat, I will show you what it does. As well as remind you that some cheats will stay on unless you die, as well as I am not going to use those because that's called cheating. Like I said, if I find one, I will show you what it does and let you know which one it is. So you wonder which one is it? Okay, so you're wondering which one is it? So go into INV word and make sure the word is in white, and then press X on it, where you found items, weapons, moves and cheats, Also, if you want to do it the awkward way, you can push the right D-pad button 3 times or push the L3 towards the right 3 times. But if you want to do it the easy way, push L3 once towards the left or use the left D-pad button once. Whichever one or any way you want to do it. Okay, so back into the cheat section. As I said before, there are 24 of them. Now with the 24 of them, there is one you can grab hold of if you do the game on hard difficulty, as well as complete the game on hard difficulty. As well as there'll be one cheat you can grab hold of if you complete the game with Helsing keeping one specific thing that is his prized possession. You're probably wondering, what the fuck is it? Well, nothing's happened yet, so I'll remind you soon. As well as there are 3 cheats that you can't grab hold of unless you've done one specific thing. But I'm not going to go too far into that, because otherwise it'll give the game away. As well as you want it, which cheat have we got now? Well, the next cheat you'll be able to find from in there, which would be colour body. You probably already sussed out what colour body does, but I'm going to show you what it does anyway. And before I do, now you have 5 challenges for you to do, and if you complete 5 of the challenges or any of them, one of them will be DWERGER skin. Another one will be WRAITH skin. Another one will be ARCHANGEL skin. Another one will be GARCOYLE skin. And the last one will be fill skin. And as I said, when I complete a challenge, I will let you know which one it is, as well as whenever I do. And if I don't, I'm not going to let you know which one it will be, unless I complete it. But I have unlocked challenge 4, which is the maze, on my last recording, and I showed you a bit of it, what you're not meant to do, as well as show you if you do complete all the challenges without getting too pissy of when you've already completed 2 and you're still trying to get the other 3 to complete to get the cheats from them, and you say fuck it, I'm going to go straight through that purple thing, and give yourself a couple of days break, and you go back in there to try and complete the 3, and if you ever do, you're going to have to do the other 2 to get a weapon, which is the rifle that I showed you on my last recording. So, yeah, wondering, what does the colour body from that cheat that was in that place that I smashed up with the shotgun? So, the cheat is this one here, that does this lovely thing right here. How about you got purple, red, green, blue, yellow, green, and the same colours. Also, one other thing. Once again, if you finish mission 3 and you do not grab this cheat, you cannot go back through this door. Okay, so this is the door, and if you don't pick the colour body from that thing where I used the shotgun to rip it off, and you don't know it's there, and you just go through this door and finish mission 3, you can't go back there and grab this cheat. So make sure you grab it, because if you finish mission 3, you won't get it, as well as if you do grab it, you're quite happy to have it. So there it is. And once again, I will remind you sometime again soon. Okay, so what I'm going to do is next is keep this on for now. Right, also when you move a couple of inches up the steps, you'll find a new weapon. But I'm not going to tell you which one it is, because I'm going to do it as of showing you that you can complete the next bit that is next to do. If you do go through this archway right here. But also there is something else in this area, but I'm not going to do that right now, because when you do go a little bit further, you'll find a scene like this with this ghost here, which is Valerius, and yeah, he's going to go through the gate. And once again, another fucking gate that's locked, so you can't go through there either. Right, so when you go through the archway, you'll find some owls, which is your next new enemy. So these things can do a fucking load of damage if they whack you up. Also, like I said, if you take some damage and you kill them, you'll find some green god symbol or some red. Also, if you lost some health, you want to hope and pray they give you red, so you can get your health to go back up. But we'll have to see if I will have my health to go down, but I have from some way, or either I didn't really notice. So yeah, make sure you push the right buttons. Now with your weapons, make sure you've got R1 button pushed in, permanent. This is your aiming system, which I should have said first before I came through this archway, but too late now. So sorry about that. Concentrating as well as talking and explaining a couple of things without thinking the right ones first. But also that yellow thing over there, you're wondering what is that? Well, you might recognise it from mission 2, but I'm not going to go through that right now, because these owls can fucking knock me and knock my health fucking down and everything else, as well as make sure I've got my fingers in the right buttons and all that kind of stuff. Because what you want to do is dodge around the place, make sure you fucking kick the fucking ass. Also, the shotgun can do a fucking good massive help. Make sure you press the X to dodge around the place and stay fucking alive. As you can see, my health at the bottom, up the top there, is down a bit. And I'm fucking still alive somehow. But there you go. That's how you can do it. But also you can use the ammo with the pistols as well, if you need it. Yeah. You can grab the weapon if you want, but the only reason why I left it is because I can show you that I can do, as well as if I have my eyes peeled, which is what I have done, as well as look on the right of my side where all the recording is and everything else. Right, so first of all, on top of this roof of this building, there is two things. Now on the right hand side, or in the middle, further up towards where the gate is, you'll find one thing that is for your light blue bar, which will be ammo, R-E-P-L-E-N-I-S-H-E-R, for the light blue bar to go back up to the size that I have got, as well as if you have been using it, then that's fine, because you can do one other way of making the light blue bar go back up, is use the weapons as they should be without using the ammo to allow it to go back up again. So there's that option. But still, like I said, if you want it to go back up when you're enjoying the ammo, the pistols or the swords, just press the start and go into the INVERNTORY that way. Also, On the opposite side, there is also a life, R-E-P-L-E-N, said ya, for your life to go back up if you want it. So same thing, it'll go into items with the INV word for you to select to get your health to go back up, even though my health is all the way back up somehow. But also I had some red over here somewhere when I killed the last owl, and it saved me arse. Okay, so first let's go and pick up something that has fallen off. If you look closely on top of Van Helsing's head, yeah, you're gonna have to pick that up, which is your hat. That is your prized possession, so make sure you grab that, because if you finish the mission and you don't notice your hat's fallen off, then you're not going to get something special. So where the fuck is it? There it is. So if you don't know where it is, make sure you can see a purple colour to say, there it is. And just press triangle to pick it up. So there you go, make sure you pick the hat up, because you're going to need it for something special. But I'm not going to say anything else about that. So, you're wondering, how does this work? As well as, if you remember this flashy colour that I showed you in mission 2, that there was another one of these on top of another tall thing that had a door or something that was shut. And I said that you need to grab something. And you probably already sussed out what. But I will say it very soon. And so next, when you do go all the way down it, you'll find some green God symbol, as well as over here is a life increaser that you can grab hold of if you really want it. But also, once again, I'm going to leave it, as well as I said before, you can always come back for it. So if you want one of these, go and grab it. But if you don't want it, that's fine. But still, if you already got one half, which is what I've got, and you pick up another one, then one of the black squares of your red bar will increase into one of those black squares to be filled up in red, if you have already found one half, instead of not finding any. As well as underneath the red bar that you can just about see there, there's a yellow thing, which are a finisher. And what that is basically a thing that can knock some enemies' health all the way down. But some enemies' health will not go all the way down. Also, in the game, when you start it, you'll have 3 of those. But if you want some more, well, make sure you buy some. So yeah, also with this gate here, if you're trying to work out where we are, we're on the opposite side of the broken door, as well as the room that had the life increaser on top of the chimney, and the thing on the left, which was a cheat, there was a ghost fend. So we're on the opposite side of there. And also on the opposite side of this gate, there was a little hole for you to find an egg for you to pick up, but we've already picked that up, as well as that's where we are. We're on the opposite side of that place now. But still, if you press triangle, yeah, you can't fucking go through it. So we're gonna have to leave this. Next, also, like I said, you can grab this life increaser. You can grab this life increaser if you want, but I'm gonna leave it. As well as, when you go through here, you'll find a weapon. You can grab that if you want. But first, in here, which is a little hole for you to land Van Helsing in. And what you'll find when you press the triangle button, you'll find another cheat. Now you're wondering, what the fuck does that do? As well as you're wondering, do you have to worry about not getting it? Because you can. Even when you finish mission 3, you can always still grab it, because it will stay there. Alright, so don't worry about that. But like I said, with the cheat that was in the other room, with this door I'm standing by, grab this cheat that allows Valison to turn different colours, and then you'll have it. But if you still don't grab the cheat, then you won't have this until you finish the game on another difficulty, and you'll still grab it. Okay, right, so this weapon right here, when you press the triangle, what it is a crossbow. As well as when you do grab it, what the weapon will do is that. It's basically firing an arrow. And that is what you'll have to do on this yellow flashy thing right here. So make sure you do that with R1 and triangle when you think you're standing quite close to it. And basically just stand beside it. And as I said, the wrong bloody button again, so sorry. So make sure you hold the R1 button, press the square, and then the arrow will fire, just like the pistols and the shotgun. And an arrow will fire into that circle symbol that the statue's holding. And then, ta-da! The gate is open. So make sure you do that. But before I go through that, what is the cheat that you would have grabbed hold of if you do go into here and press the triangle button? So what it is something that you might really fancy quite a lot, because I do. And the cheat is this one right here, which is big M-E-L-E-E. So you wonder, what the fuck does that do? Well, you're about to find out, but also you have seen colour body quite a lot, so I'm going to turn that off, as well as I'm not going to cheat, as well as embarrass you for what you can get. But I'm going to embarrass you next for this new thing that you can grab hold of, which is for the saws, that they can be fucking big. Big bastards. Look at that. But that is definitely a way of cheating. So as I have got them, I'm just going to show you what they do, which is make the blades look even bigger and possibly be a bit more flicky and sharp, I would have thought. But all they do is just make them bigger. Alright. So that is what they do. And so what I'm going to do is just stand by here for a minute and just let you have a proper little look first of all, because what I'm going to do is allow the cheat to be turned off, because I'm not going to cheat, as well as when you do die, the cheats will be unticked with the box that would be beside the name of the cheats. Okay, so there's that, if you really want it. And so yeah, there it is. Right, next of all, you might want to get the crossbar up, because you've got something new coming up. As well as I said, the ghost that was Valerius, he's already gone through the gate, so now we can go through there. So yeah, let's do that. And this time, your new enemy is what you'll be up against, which will be some bitches. But they're not just bitches, they're ghosts, as well as they're covering up their boobs, so that's okay, I suppose. But they're giggly as well, very, very giggly. But also, they're not ghostly screaming bitches. They are allow some wind to hurt you with, and also they make funny sounds when they die, and they say, "Oh!" Oh! They do that. I'll say that one fucking whacked me. How rude. Coward. Okay, right, so first of all. Right. Next. You'll find some barrels for you to smash to get some red or some green God symbols. Next of all, what you can do is hop on top of this roof and hop on top of this roof and walk towards the right side of the roof where you can find some more green God symbols, as well as you'll find a window that's got some wood sitting in there, as well as the entrance you've just come from, or where I've just come from. You can go towards where the last green symbol is, but don't do that just yet because you might find something. You're wondering, what the fuck is it? Well, you're about to find out. Now, with this wooden beam or something that's boxing a window, you can destroy it, and the way to do that is get the shotgun and stand in the right place, which I'm in the wrong fucking place again and again, so I'll stand by it and fucking rip it off. And what is there is a life increaser, so grab that immediately. So grab that immediately. There's a specific reason why, and that is my second half. So now, when I hold L2, my red bar will slowly jump into another second black square. So now my health bar will be even bigger. So, once again, if you don't grab that cheat and you finish mission 3, you will not be able to go back in this area, especially through the entrance over it where the gate is, as well as go back where you will go over here. Okay, but I'm going to go back here as well because there's another reason. There's a glitch in this game, and the glitch is, I'll explain in a moment. Also thought I was going to fucking whack me, but got away with it. As they go. Okay, so the glitch is, for this thing, if you blow the wood bit off with the window and you see the life increaser on the floor and you do not pick it up and you go back this way where the gate is, like this, and you go back into the gate, what will happen is your life increaser will disappear. It will fucking disappear. I don't see why. So make sure you grab that life increaser, because if you do go through that gate, it will disappear, as including if you blow that window and you don't grab the life increaser and you go through here and you go back in it and you think, oh yeah, I forgot to pick the life increaser up, it also will still disappear. So make sure you fucking definitely grab that life increaser, because when I was doing my last recording, or my previous ones before I started to do a good walkthrough, you to know exactly what to do. And did a couple of recordings and come to it and go back and forwards. Fuck, it disappeared. So that's why I've started to do another couple of recordings to start towards this mission right now. And just to let you know that you never ever want to fucking do that. So don't do that. So there's your next life increaser. Right, so when you move over it, you'll find some more stone flying vampires that can scream or something. As well as possibly fly around and smack into you. Also you'll find 2 or 3. I'm pretty sure there's 2. Also, when you're standing quite close to them, what I'll do is slam their back against the floor. Which is what you want to do. So when you get towards one, make it smack itself on the ground. Stand beside it. Or stand in front of it. Fire the shotgun. Jump in front of it. And that's what it'll do. It's basically slam its back on the ground. Also you find another one. Also when you're standing quite close to something, it can also smash as well, which is quite surprising, but it does. So like I said, with one of those, just stand in front of it and the shotgun will smash them, or shoot them and smack their back on the ground. Also you'll find a tree trunk over it, as well as when you press the triangle you'll find a waterfall dropping down from a great height. Yeah, you don't want to be jumping all the way down there because otherwise you'll be dead. But Fan won't die when you're doing that kind of thing, so don't worry about that. Also, R1 and triangle for your grapple hook when you see that orangey cover sitting there, so make sure you do that. And when you do, yeah, there'll be another one. Also, like I said, if you stand quite close, they will flop on their back. And also, if you took some damage from enemies, you're going to hope and pray you can get a red God symbol for your health to go back up. If you've got your health all the way up, then that's fine. And just hope and pray you get a load of green God symbol so you can buy things, which is what that's for. Also, underneath the red bar, as you can see, there's 3 yellow things, and they're finisher slots. Like I said, they will knock some enemies' health all the way down, but some enemies will allow their health to not go all the way down. So you find some green God symbol over it, and you can walk across. As well as you'll find a tree trunk, and what you can do is destroy it with the shotgun. Is the best weapon. Stand by it and press the square and you'll be able to destroy it. If you're using the saws, you'll be going back the same way where you come from in this area, but make sure you don't do that, because otherwise you're going to have to go back in it. Right, if you look closely in the middle, there is 2 statues, but also there is another one, so there are 3 of them in total. Now you're wondering, are they going to come alive? You'll be glad to know they won't. They won't come alive. But there will be another enemy. But it's not a new one. It's the similar ones that you would be fighting in mission 3 when you get there. And what they are is these screaming ghostly bitches. Now first of all, what you want to do is stand over it, just hit, because you'll send 2 of them to come alive. When you kill the first one, you'll send another one to come alive, and then once you've done that, you get 2 dead. Also when you move ahead over it, you'll send another 2. And once again, if you kill one like that, another one will come alive. So So there's 4 of them. There's also another 2 if you go over to the other side. So there are 6. So the best idea is to go to one side first and just wait until one's dead and do it again to kill the other one. If you go one side and to the other, you alert 2. And when you kill one, another one will come alive and another one will come alive until they're all dead. So best way is to just stay in one place, alert 1, kill them, and then kill another one, and then basically you get the picture of how it works. Okay? So yeah, there's that all organised for you to know. So also you've got some tree trunks for you to smash, for the trees to allow you to have your health to go back if you took some damage from those, as well as if you know you got your health all the way up, and just hope and pray they just won't give you all red and just give you several load of green. Okay, so there's that as well. Now then, this symbol right here again. Now if you remember that there's something behind it, as well as you're wondering, can you destroy it and how? Well, the disappointment is you fucking can't destroy it. And so, we're going to have to leave it. So we're going to have to say goodbye to that. So, next, what we want to do is jump on top of it, which is another statue that will not come alive. As well as he's got his fingers crossed together. He's like he's praying to God, saying, oh shit, this man's here. God, please tell him to fuck off. God, please, can you tell him to go and get a beer? And he seems like he's flicking drunk or something, I don't know. God, could I just stay on top of this thing right here? God, please, 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 can I come alive and can I just kill him myself? But no, I'm afraid not. He's probably saying something else. And you're probably wondering or thinking what he might be saying to Van Arsene himself. Yeah, you're going to have to destroy it with the saws. So, and the reason why, or unless you're just praying his head's not going to fall off. So yeah, that's what's going to happen if you cut it down. So that's probably what he was praying for. And also, the reason why you're going to have to do it is because you're going to have to make a bridge to get across. That's why it's there. So yeah, when you do that, you want to go through here, which is a nice thing for you to do. Also, when you do, you'll be up against a new fucking enemy, and they've got some whacking sticks, so you might want to use the saws and just whack them with the saws. Also, what you want to do is press the X the right time with the circle as well. As well as always, keep the R1 button in. The R1 button is always needed. Also, you might want to smash some statues or stone rock or something, as well as a couple of trees. For hopefully they'll give you some red God symbol to have your health go back up from them things to whack your fucking health all the way down, possibly. Right, also, what you might want to do is go to hip and try and stand on it. And why? Well, you're about to find out soon when I get on there without falling off. Yeah, there's a orange symbol, which is to do with your weapon, which is a grapple hook, and you want to get yourself to stand on top of it. So R1 and triangle is what you need. And what you'll find over there is a new cheat. So grab that. Now you wonder, what is that cheat? Well, you're about to find out in a moment. But also, when you get up it, you're probably saying, how the fuck are we going to get back there from getting all the way up here? Well, sometimes you can get back there by jumping in the right angle to get back on there. But if you don't, then you have to make your way back there. As well as you're probably saying, that's flicking way too high. That is too high. You're going to flicking die. But you won't die, so don't worry about that. You'll be fine. So you wonder what is the cheat then? So the cheat is when you get over there, it will be this one right here. Plain world. You're wondering what the fuck does that do? Well, it is going to do this. Yeah. Look at the flicking state of that. It needs some paintwork or something, didn't it? So once again, sometimes you're lucky to get back there, but sometimes it's just a bit awkward of making a success out of it. But once again, if you don't, you'll be back over by over here. So you'll be back here. Also, when you pull yourself back up it, which is the way to get back, and of course when you do, you'll find one of these whacking metal fuckers. Is what they are. They're metal whacking fuckers. And some more. And some more. Also, I thought the sound would have picked up, but no, it has. It's weird. And a fucking another. Also, you can use the ammo, the light blue barb, which I might use, just to knock the health a bit more further down. This is what the ammo can do. Also, once again, push L1 to stop it from running out. If you don't want it to go all the way down. So yeah, and the only way you can get it to go back up, just use the weapons, and eventually it'll go back up. So yeah. Right, also what I'm going to do is use the plain world shit again, just to show you what it looks like again when you use it in this area. Yeah, look at the fucking state of that. That is horrible. That is a worst cheat there is. But there's loads of them, don't forget, there's 24 in total. So you can go straight in here. But also I would have thought, sure, it's not a cheat that you can allow Thanos to be a different colour or some other enemies to be a different colour. But I'll tell you what, let's see what happens when you do that. Yeah, you can make Thanos turn into a colour with all the different colours there are. So there you go. So you can use those if you want, but like I said, we are not cheating, as well as you're probably saying, let's just have everything exactly the way things are, because it looks pretty flicking nice instead of having it that flicking colour. Yeah. Also, when you do these, when you get back in, these stone flying fuckers will be it. But they're vampires. So, also, don't forget, if one of them comes towards you while you're fighting up against one, just jump out of the way in the right angle and you'll be all good. If you don't, you're just going to get them to whack you. Also, if they've got spin needles at you, just move one angle at one side and then you'll be all unscathed. Okay? Also, keep R1 button pushed in and keep squaring with the shotgun or the pistols, and push the circle just once or twice or 3 times when you're in the right angle to cut any of these weapons, cut any enemy that you're up against if you want. So yeah, there's that. And don't forget the green and the red, whichever one. And just grab it, because if you don't, they'll flash and they'll all disappear. Alright, so make sure you do that. Right, next of all, what you want to do is get the crossbow out ready, because you'll be up against someone.
Gabriel, it is I, Valerius.
And it's not Valerius, it's someone else.
Gabriel, you must let us.
Yeah. It's Igor you're up against. That's what's next.
Well. If it isn't the murderer of the master's bride.
Yeah, one bride's dead.
You've got quite the nerve showing your face around here. Look who's talking.
There's two of them left.
The master will be most pleased to have his revenge, but not before I have mine.
So yeah, he's gonna have fun of freaking destroying you. So don't let him fucking destroy you. Right, so first of all, you might want to go towards the barrels and splash them up to go and get some green or red. Also press triangle to grab a speed boost by that gate that you can grab out of, unless you've got 3 of those, because you can't carry any more. Just like the life, REPLENISHR, or the ammo. Also, what you want to do with the crossbow, hold the square in and just move away with L3 to make Thanos move out of the way, and just keep going. Also, what you can do is use your finisher slot, which is the yellow things underneath my red bar that I could use. Also, as he's there, I'm going to throw one of those, and if you watch his health bar underneath with his name, and watch it again, watch it, yeah, those things can take a fair bit of his health out. But as I said before, with some enemies, health will go all the way down, but some enemies, health will not do that. Okay. So yeah. So basically the crossbow is the best weapon. Once you've done all that, yeah, he's going to fuck off. He's absolutely going to fuck off. So yeah. As well as we'll find a werewolf. That's what's up there. Also, Farrison's going to get his gun, and some wind's going to turn up. And yeah, we're going to have to see him fuck off. So there, he's fucked off just like Igor. Like they're terrified or something. Who knows? Right, there you go. There is mission 3 done with 47 minutes and 45 seconds. There is a couple of best kills. We've got 18 of those. Shots fired with the pistols, the crossbow, and the pistols. As well as we've got 542, which is not too bad. Also, the way you can make the numbers go even flicking higher up is use the ammo on the pistols, if you have or not. Next to all, you've got MELEE, hits, which is to do with the source of how many times you do whacks on enemies. And we reached up to 60. Next of all, we've got damage, which is the enemies that can do a lot of damage. Yep. And damage taken, we've got 199. Ooh, that's quite nice. And we've got power, GLP, GYE, no, done again, which is GLYPHS, which is a green god symbol. And we've got 7,633, which is what we have got in total so far. Finished with hat on. Yes, we have indeed. And enemies killed, we've done 57. Now you've got armory and continue. If you want to continue to the next mission, make sure the word is in white. But if you don't, and you want to go in armory, you can go in there by making the word go in white. And armory, you're wondering, it is your shop where you can buy things. And there is loads and loads and loads and loads of different things in there. So what you've got is life, REPLENISHR, and there are 5 of those. but I'm not going to go too far into that right now, because next of all is going to be life, REPLENI, so up. There's 500, as well as what these will do is allow you to top your health all the way back up, as well as you can buy 3 of these, because you can only carry 3. But also, if you got 2 or just the 1, then you can just buy 2, or you can just buy 1 if you want to allow you to have just 2. As well as when you buy 1, it will be still 500. Next of all, you've got ammo increaser, which is the light blue bar, as well as it is 1000 is the price, exactly just like the life increaser. Now, when you buy one of these 2, life increaser or ammo increaser, you can only buy 5 each, one of these 2, as well as when you do buy one of these 2, the prices will go up, as well as the prices of each one of these 2 will be the same price. Now you're wondering what is the price for each one of these 2. Well, one is for 500, another one. Sorry. Again. The first one will be 1000. The second one will be 1500. Another one will be 2000. Another one will be 2500. And the very last one will be 3000. So be very, very careful when you're using these increases. But still, the ammo is the top light blue bar up into one of those black squares to be filled in blue, and the life increaser, each one of these ones you buy, each one of the black squares will be filled up in red. Okay, depends on however you want to play the game. Next of all, you've got ammo, REPLENI, so that is 500 for you to buy to allow you to top the light blue bar to go up to the size you start in the game, or however how many you've buyed to allow the ammo to be a bit more bigger. Okay, it's the same thing. When you use one of these, it will top it back up to the size you have got it to reach, or the size you started in the game, or however you played the game. As well as it is 500 as well, just like the life, REPLENI, as well as you can buy 3 of these. But if you've got 3 of these, then you don't have to buy any. But if you've got 2, you can buy one of these. But if you don't, you can leave it. Same thing with a life, REPLEN. As well as next of all, you've got speed boost that is up to 800. As well as you can buy 3 of these as well. But if you've got 1, you can leave it, because it is up to 800. Now you're wondering, why the fuck is that up to 800? Well, you have 20 seconds, as well as you can run fast, as the speed is lurking about beside boost. So you can run fast, as well as, like I said, the pistols and the shotgun and the crossbow now. As well as fellas can run fast, so the weapons can go fast as well. And you've got 20 seconds to have that fantastic thing to do. Next of all, you've got dodge fart. There's 1500, which is where you can dodge around the place, as well as with the pistols and the shotgun and the crossbow now, when you grab that weapon, as you have seen me pick it up. And basically each one of these 3 can fire when you dodge around the place. As well as when you dodge around the place, you can get 2 bangs at once. So you get bang, bang. And the way to do that, you're wondering how? Well, you want to hold the R1, hold the square button, and press the X, and press the L3 towards the left or right to do a roll left or right, and push L3 down to do a back roll, to do bang, bang. As well as you can possibly do a front roll, but I'm not too sure if you can do that, but we'll see when I try it, if I ever buy it, because it is 1000 if you want it. Next of all, you've got grapple strike. It is for the weapon. That is the grapple hook, where you can pull yourself up and swing across things. As well as when you pay for it, which is 500 if you really want it. Also, when you do pay for it, you can hurt enemies with it, especially when you can pull enemies towards you when they're freaking miles away from you. So yeah, there's that if you want it. Next of all, you've got grand strike. There's 1000 as well, and this is for the swords. And the way to do is hold R1 and push forward, which is allow you to know that you're going to need to push L3 up, which is what you're going to need to do. And of course, what it can do is perform a MELEE attack, which is the weapons of the sword. to strike and sometimes pop enemies that have fallen on the ground. So there you go, you can do that. Next of all, you've got 2 Joe Fob, which is 2,000 for the saws. Again, hold your 2 Joe attack to flying your 2 Joe BLADES at opponents. I'm pretty sure OPPONENTS is spelled to be opponents. Next of all, before I do that, it is 2,000 if you want it, because it is thick and steep. Now you've got air hop for 1,000. Also, it is for the saws again. After holding the air strike attack button, press as well as what you can do is to rise into the air, press a DIRECTION, whatever it spells to be exactly as well, and tap X to jump on thin air, which is what fan helsing can do, jump in thin air. Next of all is a new weapon that you can grab out of, but the name is for it is SCIMITARS, as well as what these things can swing. So you can swing with these weapons. But also, what you're going to need to do, as it will say, after a grand strike, which is what you're going to have to pay for first, that is 1,500. So you're going to have to pay that first. And then when you do, as well as when you've got the weapon, hold R1, which is accuracy, and push L3 up, which is what it's asking. And attack with the weapon, which is why it's got the name of it. They will say the SCIMITARS to perform a swinging. So you can make these things swing. As well as it's going to have SCIMITAR attack. So you can attack with your enemies with the name of itself, of course. But yeah, you have to pay for ground strike first before you can pay for it. So next, you're wondering, this is what's next, is the saws again, which the name of it is MELEE explosion, what it can do. And I'm pretty sure that's what EXPLOSION is spelled to be. As well, it is 2,000. Also, what these saws can do is a ring of ice or fire explodes. I'm pretty sure explodes is EXPLODES is what it's spelled to be. If I'm wrong, then I'm mistaken again. From the last hit of your ALTERNATE, what that's supposed to be, and also ammo with L1 button with the light blue bar to do that kind of thing. And the name of the saws, MELEE, as well as you can do combos with those things. And last of all, at the bottom, at the very last of the lot, is finish a slot that I haven't paid for yet. As well as I said before, these things can knock some enemies' health down, like you saw through 2 of those at Eagle, or 3 or through, possibly I would have thrown 2, but it didn't knock his health all the way down, so yeah. So some enemies' health will not go all the way down, but some enemies, like the owls and the skeletons and the metal whacking fuckers and those screaming bitches that you saw me do, their health will go all the way down. As well as you can buy 2 of these, because in the start of the game you'll have 3, but also as you can see, 1 is up to 2,500. So you're wondering what is the final one to allow you to have 5 in total. Well, the price will be 3,500. So they'll put another 1,000 on top of the first one. Okay, so like I said, pay for the first one if you want it, but it'll be 2,500.
Sorry, I'm having trouble understanding right now.
Go
Please try a
away.
little later.
Go away. So obviously someone thought I said their name, but no. They had to insist to join in the recording, eh? So sorry about that, but yeah. So the finisher slots will be basically for 2,500 for one of them, and another one will be 3,500 if you want them. But with all the things that's there, I think I will buy one of these, as I've got 7,633. So we'll do that. So, as you can see, when I brought one, as I have now, the price is 3,500. So there it is. Right, so what we're going to do is finish this recording with Mission 4 with someone to read what comes next in Mission 4. Here we go.
once bitten. A man who becomes a werewolf is no longer a man. He's but a shadow of his former self. Part human, part animal. Evil guides his path. Prince Velkan is no exception. Show no mercy on him, my son, for he is lost.
There it is. Once bitten, a man who becomes a werewolf is no longer a man. As I said, there was a werewolf and a bit of wind and he fucked off. So that's what we will be up against, is a werewolf. As it says, once bitten, a man who becomes a werewolf is no longer a man. As well as where it says evil gangster's path. Prince Velkan is no exception. So that means we're gonna have to shoot him and kill him. Which is what we're gonna do, but there's a little bit something else in this. But I am not going to give you any details just yet. As well as, if you have seen the film and played the game, you know exactly what this is all about and know what I mean by what I have said and what I read, as well as what you heard the person say. But also, once again, when you press the X, which is what I'm going to do, and then we'll see a gate has been smashed open, which is what Velkan and Werewolf has done, and you find the life increaser right there. Also, before I do anything else, there are some skeletons to fire up against, as well as when you go towards the gate, as I said before, when you finish mission 3, you can't go back there. So make sure you grab the life increaser from when you go through that gate, as well as, I'll tell you what, I'll do it as well. So what we'll do is move out of the way quickly. As well as, once again, like I said, towards this door, as I said before, with the cheat that was colour body. And I said when you finish mission 4, when you finish mission 3, you can't go back through that door. So make sure you grab each one of those two. The life increaser from that gate where I've just come from, as well as when I came through the other room to start on mission 3 and get the cheat from. Okay, so make sure you do each one of those. And make sure you do each one of those and you'll be all good, and you don't have to worry about saying shit, I'm going to have to start the game all over again. So yeah, so you'll be all okay. Alright, so that is it for today, and I shall catch you on the next one sooner or later. Take care.